Look, folks, let me talk to y'all real quick about your financial future, right? About your financial future. Now, when you talk about your financial future and you talk about your financial current, because we can't leave the current out too. When you talk about your financial future, it's very simple. Everybody want to be working a job, having a career, understanding the type of retirement plans and situations that you can be in, know what you're getting into, know what will benefit you the most. So 25, 30 years from now, 40 years, 50 years, however long, when you want to sit down, you want to enjoy the rest of your life, you have the money in place to do it. That's the future. That's the future. From now until the future, until you retire, it's gonna be all kind of different changes, all kind of different situations and different procedures and different type of you know financial uh, agreements that they'll be making along the way. Things will always change. Things will change and it'll get better, or things will change and it'll get worse. You got to stay on top of that for your future. Let's talk about right now, though. Let's talk about the current. See, because a lot of people sleep on the current, or a lot of people do what they do just to get by in the current, or a lot of people just live for today. You understand? That's where, like, never forsaken the side hustle come in. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by side hustle, I don't necessarily mean something illegal that's chancing your freedom to make some money. I don't necessarily mean that. I'm talking about picking up extra jobs, doing an extra gig, being an entrepreneur, those type of things, because as much as we need money for the future, you need money for tomorrow, you need money for next month, you need money for next year, because those things, those deadlines will approach faster than your future. You understand? Like, it keeps you busy. Like, let alone you have your own career, you have your own job. Now you want to, pursue something else. Now you want to become an entrepreneur and start a side business, or now you want to just work an extra job that gets you more money. First of all, it keeps you busy. The busier you are, guess what? The less money you will spend because you're busy. You understand? Now that means you can plan, you sacrifice your time to things that you really want to do in life, for your vacations. You know what I'm saying? So you can save your vacation because you work so hard, or just, working extra because things you're going to need. You know what I'm saying? We always going to need stuff on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, and a yearly basis. We're always going to need stuff. And sometimes it doesn't even matter if you got a degree or not. What you're making at your primary just don't cover everything. Your primary just don't cover everything. So sometimes as people, we got to do a little more. Some people are working from debt. And when I mean debt, I just don't mean $5,000 or $10,000 of debt. I mean $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 of debt. Guess what? We got to get on our grind. We got to subdue and obliterate those debts. That's what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pick up side hustles. You got to start your own. You got to get in your entrepreneur mind state. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to change the future while increasing your current. You saying? You got to want to change and better your future while increasing your current. It's all about increase. It's never about decrease. And never forsaking, that side hustle, that side gig, that side job or whatever that's going to bring you extra income, that's going to keep you out of trouble, is because you got to prepare for the uncertainties of life. Like, it amazes me how many people wake up and don't think of the uncertainties of life. I'm not saying that you got to live in fear. I'm not saying that you have to live under the threat of something happening to you. But this is the thing. We just don't know what's going to happen to us. And the last thing that we need when something bad happens to us is to not have no money to get it taken care of, or at least not have no money to put the play in motion to get it started and being taken care of. You see what I'm saying? So money is not a bad thing. We all need money. We gonna need it. Money takes care of majority of the things on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So even though we building for the future, we gotta even though we building for the future, we gotta over increase for right now. We gotta over increase for a month from now. We gotta over increase from a year from now. Because you got to understand, especially if you got family and kids. I mean, if you single, yeah, you can operate a little different. If you single with no family, you can operate a little different. But if you got dependents and husbands and wives, we got to over increase. We got to over increase and decrease the spending. You understand what I'm saying? We got to over increase on the income and we got to decrease the spending. That's what we have to do. Because just to be real, man, things are constantly evolving. Like tomorrow, like especially like if you got kids, man, you got kids and your kid can go to sleep tonight and wake up and need a whole new wardrobe. Shoe size didn't change. Just everything didn't change. And you constantly spending money. If you in daycare constantly going up. You understand? Car might break down. And the sad part about it is you might have a car fresh off the lot, not even a year old. And guess what? It's time for you to get something else because your car broke down. Like, you never know the uncertainties of life. And guess what? Every uncertainty of life, you're going to need some money. A family member gets sick. We all know most of our elders don't have good retirement plans, don't have money set aside. So guess what? That stuff fall on us. You know what I'm saying? When our parents get sick and they don't have the right financial stability set aside, guess who they lean on? They lean up on us. They may don't have great insurance. You know what I'm saying? Some of us were blessed to have parents that had everything taken care of, and that's a beautiful thing. But many of us don't got that. You understand? You never know what's gonna go wrong with the kids. You never know what's gonna go wrong with yourself. And if you're in a position to where you live in check to check, guess what? You're gonna need money for those uncertainties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, insurance cover things too. But you need money to keep yourself afloat because guess what? When this go down, nothing stop. Bills don't stop. Kids gotta still eat. You gotta still eat. Like, things keep going. You know what I'm saying? So even when you down and when you hurt, you still gotta have that money in motion that's taking care of things. Or that money stacked up so well to where you ain't gotta be. That's the last thing. I remember my mother was in the hospital. My mother was in the hospital for, I say, about 80 days. 80 days. And she was so stressed out. Because coming up from a bad upbringing, not knowing how to manage money right. When you go down and your money is so accounted for to where if you just mismanage a dollar, it throws the ship off. You understand what I'm saying? So when you go down, your whole world turn upside down. You understand what I'm saying? And us as her kids, we did what we had to do. We made sure my mother's stuff stayed afloat. But at the end of the day, with seeing those lessons, with learning those lessons, I would be a fool to let that happen to me if I happen to go down and become physically sick or mentally ill or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I still got people depending on me. If I go down, you know what I'm saying? If I hurt myself, if I become mentally ill, if I become physically sick, guess what? Life don't give a damn about me being sick. Life will have my kids on the street if I ain't got my shit together. Life will have your kids on the street if you ain't got your money right. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to over increase on the income and we have to decrease on our spending, on the spending that we just unnecessary spending. I'm telling you, if you go down, life will have your loved ones on the street and don't give a damn about you being sick, don't give a damn about you being hurt, and people that say they love you wouldn't give a damn about you being sick, wouldn't give a damn about you being hurt. You gotta make sure your future and your current is secure. You know what I'm saying? As much as we like doing things and having a good time and partying, that shit don't mean shit. I seen so many people's faces. They had a good time this weekend. Reality kicked in just next week. Now they looking sick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we have to over increase on our income for the current. You know what I'm saying? Still stack for the future. But we got to over increase on our income from the current because the uncertainties of life, the needs in life, and the wants in life are constantly evolving. And guess what? Ain't nothing getting cheaper. Nothing is getting cheaper. So, think about increasing your future, and also think about improving your current. You know what I'm saying? Like, We want our future to look a certain way, but guess what? We got to think about how we gonna double our current too, without putting ourselves in trouble, without getting caught up in the melee and chancing your freedoms and all that stuff like that. You know, I'm not getting into the street politics side of things. You know, that's a whole nother level for a whole nother people. But man, we gotta really captivate. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really captivate on these opportunities, man. We got to really captivate on life, captivate on all these streams to get money. Be entrepreneur, man. Really get out there and start putting your IP to the test, putting your brainchild to the test, and shooting these shots. Because you never know, man, what the world need that you possess that will change your financial structure of your life, your family, your dependents, your descendants, everything. You just never know. But until then, Side Boss, I'm out.